Make a bit of noise.
Yeah, he's breaking the vents, probing into the bomb site, but he's not going to commit too much to this.
He just needs to keep a couple of people here, maybe draw somebody else over. He's made a lot of noise already, but now the real hit is going to be coming for the A-bomb side. And they've already used a couple of grenades to try and get past, so that much has been done. Now, when the bomb goes down, this is sort of par for the course right now for Cloud9. The retake portion of this is what's going to be really interesting. RPK is lurking in middle, and that's a really great position for him to be in if Cloud9 try and go for this retake. They got 3 men on the highway, and RPK is moving closer. He's trying to get that flank in, but they're already past the corner, pushing up, getting close. RPK with the 1 kill. XMS goes down, and RPK picking up 1 more with the Glock before he's finally gone there. Automatic and Stewie coming in that great combo for a couple of kills, and they're on the defuse already, and they've got the kit. Stewie picking up 1 more headshot. Sixer out of time and shot in the face, and that retake was just beautiful for Cloud9.
It was really nice, and it just felt like there wasn't enough bodies actually inside the bomb site for Envy. There were a couple players back towards Forklift, towards the door, towards, you know, A main, and the fact that Cloud9's able to get into that site is just too hard, because then essentially you have to re-attack it as Envy. Really nice job on the retake. Really good mindfulness of the flank as well. That was a cool camera shot through the barbed wire.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I was kind of shocked, because I thought as soon as RPK starts to pick up those kills on highway, that could sort of crumble that retake a lot for Cloud9, right? It shifts your focus, and they just kept it cool anyway. So, you know, congratulations to them.
It helps that they're able to eliminate the defenders on Envy inside the bomb site so quickly, because then they don't have, you know, that angle of attack to worry about. Envy's going to invest in some pistols, no smokes or flashbangs, so we're probably going to see a 3rd round buy. Scream and RPK with the Deagles. Bonus money helping him out. A couple players boosted up. I think it's the Glock leading the way for Scream. You can kind of sacrifice that to let him know the positioning of your opponents. And Skadoodle is playing at the highway box.
Still not getting many targets for these 2 Deagles here, which is going to be a little bit annoying. Skadoodle just trying to play it safe in the middle. He's got Rush that can turn around right behind him there, as we can tell. So they should be able to still have a pretty good defense. Now, they have given up a lot of this mid control. See how this plays out. Scream, obviously known for the headshots. That is pretty much his entire brand. So got to be a little bit worried if you're on the other team and he's looking for it, trying to get that flick in. So just Cloud9 pushing back, waiting, trying to see if they can absorb the attack here. And Tarek doing a good job picking it off. And that's pretty much the end of it.
Yeah, so much damage is dealt. The Scream and Sixer, they're just going to get mowed down. And yeah, that is the end of it. The bomb is even dropped in vents. No casualties for Cloud9. 2-0. And here's where the AKs will come out.
Very good job. I mean, just keeping it cool.
Yeah.
Even if Envy are really playing the slow style, which sometimes could make, I think, even sort of experienced players overreact a bit, you know? Get bored waiting after a while. And
it remains to be seen how Cloud9 is going to play middle once the gun rounds begin, right? But if they're giving up that much space when you get, you know, an AWP out on board and Sixer's hands, when you get the AKs and someone like Scream at that range, that's when that much mid control can be deadly, and that's going to be the tough part for the CT side. But I guess maybe this is an indication of what's to come. Cloud9 want to be aggressive. They've got to time this right. There's the nade over the top. There's a player Scream right around the corner as that smoke disappears. XMS is watching for this at the moment.
Scream always sees just a little bit. Spam comes through, but doesn't get the kill. In fact, he takes a lot more damage than he managed to dish out, so it's very unfortunate. The fact is, this position for Skadoodle, if he gets the timing down right, it could be just beautiful.
Tarek got very lucky he didn't get dropped there by Scream. And yeah, look at the information gathering from Skadoodle. That run, though, it could bait him into a peek, and Scream's waiting for this. When is the moment? There's a flashbang over, and yeah, Scream is just in perfect position. Skadoodle gets caught. He had to commit to that fight. It's a great find for Envy.
Now being a man down, definitely going to put a little pressure on them. Tarek's still in the vent, so he could go back and help out in middle, but now he's actually dropped all the way back down, and looks like they want to make a bit of a heavy rotation towards the A-bomb side. That looks to be a mistake.
RPK called this, though. RPK was flashed back. He was watching for someone to fall away or someone to peek B, and when he sees that flashbang, he calls it out that, you know, someone has gotten away. And now with everyone today for Cloud9, it looks like Envy, they have him kind of beat. Rush is pushing up into A main, seems nothing. Tarek's on his horse to get back towards the B bomb site, but he's only got a UMP, and he's going to be the only one here.
Yeah, and as soon as they realize there's the smoke to block him off, he's going to try and flash his way right through, running in. That's actually a great flashbang, but he didn't check the corner all the way. Was very, very busy trying to take down XMS, which he did a great job of, but still, bomb goes down, 4 versus 3 here. And even if Scream is somewhat low on health, this still should be a pretty good situation here for Envy.
It's actually kind of funny. There's not Envy again is playing pretty far away from this plan. I think you're right though. I don't think Cloud9 is going to go for this. Spamming a little bit, no reason to risk the rifles in this 3rd round. They'll have another buy in the next one. They can try again. Really good round from Envy. Scream watching for that boost, being patient with it. I think Skadoodle probably got baited by the fact that he was hearing those footsteps go towards A main, and he thought he'd be able to wrap around him.
Yeah, good awareness for Envy. I mean, it really is such a hard position to deal with that early boost, because you just don't want to spend too many of your own grenades on the T side just clearing that out. You sort of need them later on, but that's one of the secure ways to actually deal with it. Otherwise, it can be a bit of a coin flip. I mean, if you get the timing wrong, then you just lose everything. So 2-1, Envy picking up a really big round, just patient play right now, really slowing it down and catching Cloud9 a bit, but Skadoodle, he's back with the AWP, and that is exciting.
Yeah, that's what you want to see in his hands. See how effective he's going to be to open things up. That can help a lot with mid control, can help a lot over towards the B bomb site. It looks like he had a spot. He wants to go for an early peek. Certainly, it would be great if he could find some picks on RPK over towards this side of the map. Scream is boosted up early. Tarek is alone in mid, I believe. He's playing in the vents now. He just got into him. Well, that is a big space for the T side and a heavy lean towards the B bomb site for Cloud9. Stewie, Tarek, and Skadoodle all here.
Yeah, the obvious problem is if this is sort of a NA attack, then Automatic is definitely going to have a rough time staying alive back there. He has a Molotov to buy a little bit of time, but you've got to worry about this, and Cloud9 eventually should have to move out of this position. They can't sort of stick with all 3 members forever on this side. Stewie winning a big fight there with just a FAMAS, and now backup is coming in. Sixer wants to retaliate, but he just can't do it. Smoke is going to block him off, and that's a good way to get started. They did take a lot of damage.
I think Sixer actually spotted all 3 of them. I know Stewie got the kill. He saw Tarek drop out of vents, and I think he heard an op shot from Skadoodle. So that's why we've seen Scream and XMS gain so much ground in mid. I'm not sure Cloud9's aware of it just yet. Now there's the peek from Rush, but Scream might as well be an op at those kinds of shots. Instant headshot onto Rush. Smokes, utility being used, and this is where Automatic has all the pressure. Tarek is here to help out, and he's going to need some success. There it is, double kill from him, and Skadoodle's going to trade off Happy right at the end, so Cloud9, hang on.
Yeah, good reaction to the information, I would say, for Envy. I think you're absolutely right. They wanted to try and see if they can crunch that A-bomb site while there were 3 men still in B. But the fact is, they just managed to hold on long enough. I mean, Automatic, he didn't give himself up quite quick enough, even if Rush did go down. He sort of stayed alive just a couple of more seconds, so that's obviously important.
Well, it's really cool as well where Automatic actually chooses to take that fight, because once Rush goes down, you want to take that fight where Tarek can also see the opponent, so you have him in that perfect, death zone, I guess you would call it. Danger zone even. Kenny Loggins. But that's exactly where you want to be taking the fight, and it was perfectly done by him and Tarek to coordinate that very well.
Good spam coming through there on Rush. It's going to be a little bit annoying. Scream hoping for a headshot against anyone who would show up. Cloud9, if they can win this round as well, they're going to be back on track, and it will probably catapult them into a pretty good start here in the first half. Skadoodle, easy shot on Scream. Seeing him play well with the AWP is always something you want. If you're a Cloud9 fan, that's what you're looking for. He's
one of those operators that can just make the game so much easier for your side. And it's obviously helpful that Rush is pushed up close towards mid. So Skadoodle's watching over him, and Rush is just watching main. And actually now Rush is going to hear those footsteps. There's the shots. He gives up his position. A falling shot from RPK. Oh, this is scary for Cloud9. They're so close. Thankfully, Tarek. The cavalry has arrived. They've made their way out of A. It's Happy, and Skadoodle almost gets caught off guard by an aggressive lurk. And it's just him remaining until he's shut down. One more time, Cloud9 just making the necessary rotations just in the last moment.
Yeah, a little bit of credit to Rush as well. I mean, he did sort of mess it up a bit, but he did a lot of damage to those 2 players. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that should at least mention that in passing. It's actually a very difficult position to play sometimes, because if somebody does sort of walk right on top of you, the angle is so awkward to fire at.
The tough part as well is Skadoodle, when he was playing at Sandbags, can watch over him. Once Skadoodle moves to Highway Box, he can't watch over Rush anymore. So that's kind of the tricky portion of that. Either way, they handled it all right. Like you said, he did a ton of damage. 4-1. All 5 Envy players heading towards the door. XMS and Happy going to throw some smokes over and go back towards main. We'll see how successful this is going to be.
They just don't have very much to work with, so any kind of a grenade on them right now is going to just be devastating. And there's one softening up XMS and Happy. They're trying to make their way out onto That's very low on health. Rush continuing the spray, and that's just a great way to close out the round. Good defense on the A-bomb side. 5-1 here for the American side. Moving into the 7th round. What are Envy gonna do? Because this is starting to get a little bit worrisome. It's not like they're doing horribly, but they're lacking, especially in the kill department.
Yeah, they really are. XMS is at 0, Happy at 2, Sixer at 1. Actually, they have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 on their 5 players. Anders.
Yahtzee? I don't know.
Yeah, that actually means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Just kind of cool.
It is utterly irrelevant, but I'm glad you pointed out anyway.
Yeah, I was actually surprised to see it. I heard from the timeout that was called by Envy. I did hear Rush say rather loudly through my commentator headphones that they're expecting something fast out of Envyus, or at least he is. So we'll see if there's going to be any kind of utility usage from Cloud9 early on to maybe slow some of that down.
It's not an unreasonable call. They have been slow. Maybe they will switch to being fast. I can follow the logic.
There's the Molotov on boost. That's all pretty standard. Skadoodle made it down to 62, and he's actually going to get close up towards mid. That's ballsy for the Opper. Does look like it's going to be, instead of spreading out and defaulting for a good amount of time into the round, Envy's going to lean directly towards the B-bomb site right off the bat. Important to note, XMS and Sixer both took CZs just so they could get plenty of utility in the team. That's a great shot from Scream, out-peaking the op of Skadoodle. Now Stewie's going to be in a tough spot.
Even though like Skadoodle had a moment there where he could have got the flick in, but didn't quite connect. So is XMS going to Molotov out the vent? I believe he is. That's a deep Molotov going in, or did it actually fail? It looked like he miscalculated on that one, so it's going to be a little bit interesting. Not that it really matters, no one from Cloud9 were in the vents, but you want to make sure you get those grenades perfect. Automatic is now pushed into A main, but surely they will have heard that flashbang.
I think this is just Envy kind of making presence towards the A side of the map. They're eventually going to split the B bomb site here, if not just overwhelm it from main. XMS and Happy going to head towards the A bomb site, clear out any presence that's in A main. The B players are all waiting, and Stewie's got a huge job ahead of him. How many kills can he get from this location? There's Scream leading the way, and oh, he just drops Stewie like a sack of potatoes.
No trouble at all. Tarek will take down Happy, but even in this 3 versus 4, how do you expect to make this work? He's trying to get the wall bang shot in and not connecting. So already Cloud9 have decided this is not worth fighting for. Means it will be a second round here for Envy. Just the patient style still coming into play for them, still working out quite well.
This was a bit more convincing, though, at its main thrust once they decided to move, right? It wasn't, you know, some kind of taking some fights in mid and everything like that. This was kind of like they had that idea to hit the B bomb site, and then Scream just happened to get a pick, and that obviously alleviates things. I'd like to see the variety from Cloud9, allowing Skadoodle some freedom to go for an opening kill with the op, and they're going to salvage one for him as well. It's in Tarek's hands at the moment.
I don't know if they're going to run that setup in the middle again with Skadoodle playing close with the AWP, but if they are, it's worth noticing that I think it was Rush or either Rush or Tarek who was playing by the sandbags further back. So I think the idea is that if they try and boost up to catch Skadoodle, then, you know, he's going to be there to sort of take them down on the high ground. And you're making a sound, Moses.
God bless these ADR scores. XMS 4 ADR, I think Happy and Sixer are right around 20 each. So not necessarily the kills, but even just not doing enough damage. They've got 2 rounds, though. It's still early on. Plenty of time to turn that stat around.
ADR, what does that mean? If you shoot the same person and he got no more life across all 15 rounds, you still wouldn't kill him. That's heartbreaking. That's hard to deal with. Let's see. Scream. Trying for something. A little bit of damage comes out onto Skadoodle. This double AWP setup had better work out because Cloud9 have made a big investment into it. And once again, Envy content to just slowly choke them out, try and get a little bit of mid control, and force their way onto the map. Scream in the middle. He's been a really good opener so far.
It's crazy because a lot of teams like to get the AWPer out mid, right? And you have the AWPer peek up into the A-bomb site. I mean, obviously luxury to have someone like Scream, but he's been pretty much filling that same exact role. Obviously loves this fight, and at the moment he's being patient. XMS is brought so low. He's got that MAC 10. Utility being used incorrectly.
He's having a pretty rough game right now. Over on the B side, where Envy are gravitating, Stewie and Tarek are in a very questionable setup, because there's almost no way that Tarek is not going to get smoked out, which means Stewie is going to be alone for a while. Scream does go down to Skadoodle. That's a very important pickup. 4 versus 3, but let's see what the grenades of Envy can do. Can they zone out this defense enough around the corner? And Tarek just shutting them down. The grenades not doing what they were supposed to, and Happy now in a 1 versus 5. So that's pretty comforting to see. I think he just challenged that smoke right away.
Yes, that was very, very nice. And I mean, especially because he knows he has his teammate taking the op shot as well. So when Stewie gets one, that allows a little bit more safety for Tarek to take that fight. And they only lose Rush in this round, which is quite nice after they switch into that double op setup. So really well done from Cloud9. This time the slow-paced Envy, no results have been yielded. XMS still not on the board. Sixer as well, just with 1 kill. 6-2.
It's got the 007 scoreline coming up. Well, here we see they push before the smoke even goes up. Yeah, so no challenge at all needed.
That's wild, isn't it? It's madness, Anders.
You've got to get that in the right order, you know. I think it was basics, but smoke first and then push.
They even kind of went before the Molotov plume, because you could see Stewie after he gets that opening kill, he's still standing in the flames for a good half second or two. If you wait for that molly to really start burning, much harder for the AWPer to keep his concentration and take that shot. Stewie's going to get smoked out, takes a new angle.
I really like this aggressive angle from Stewie. I think that's one of the things that could give them just a bit of information. Make sure that Envy have to fight for it. Scream has thrown, what, 1 flashbang, and now he's falling back. So that's not very convincing, and in fact, it's so unconvincing that they're going to leave Stewie alone and put Tarek into the middle. Good movement from Cloud9.
And Skadoodle's there as well with the op, and because he's not seeing anything, I think eventually Tarek's just going to rotate all the way over towards A. Automatic and Rush listening for any signs. There's the door open. It should start to be a rotate. Tarek's on his way. Still no hit. Utility is being used, but no commit from Envy. Rush is just waiting.
This is scary right now for the French team. They need one club opening to make this one work, and maybe they just got an RPK or an automatic. Scream with a headshot taking down Rush. In spite of a big presence here for Cloud9, somehow Envy make their way onto the site. The bomb has been planted and spray coming through, but Tarek, no chance to escape. Scream with the 2nd kill of the round, and I would say that's disappointing for Cloud9, because they actually had the read. I think they had a good understanding of what was going on in that round. Couldn't find any of the opening kills.
It's like they knew it was coming, but they weren't entirely confident in their read. Once those smokes go up, like no one was peeking, no one was fighting anything, and I think that's what kind of confused Cloud9 is they were waiting for that explosion through the smoke, and it never really came. It was a very like slow-paced execute from Envy. Rush wasn't peeking out at forklifts. Didn't have a teammate inside the bomb site to crossfire, and I think that was Automatic, who was just waiting for that jump through the smoke, and because he was just staring at the other side waiting, he got caught by a flashbang. So pretty tough, but Cloud9 still, even though they've given up 3 rounds, are doing a very good job of holding onto weapons when they know the retake isn't likely. Very good decision-making in terms of their economy. Yeah, look at that. He just eats a flashbang. That's really tough to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to blame him for that one, but definitely very good coordination coming out. Both the AWPs are saved on Cloud9's side, so that's exciting news. And Envy still putting a couple of rounds in here, making it 6-3. They think they need a bit more. I mean, I would say if you're Envy right now, you kind of want to win, get up to like 7 rounds or something if you can. Skadoodle taking out Happy, quickly falling back.
That's beautiful. That's just a timed opening of the door for a flashbang and a peek in to grab Happy. Really well done. Give an early lead in a critical round. You don't want to lose 2 in a row if you're Cloud9. Outside of that one round where there was an execute, there really hasn't been a whole lot of pressure over at B. We haven't seen RPK do this, which is kind of acting like he wants to take control of checkers or go through that smoke, but he's got it this time, so we'll see what comes from it. This time it's Tarek with the M4 inside the bomb site and Stewie with the op outside of it.
Neither team really has any money, so whoever loses this round is definitely going to be in a lot of trouble. Stewie deciding to put out the Molotov to force anyone back who was going to be lingering on the corner. Tarek has no smokes here, so if one Molotov lands on him and there is one on Sixer, that could be a little bit troublesome.
This is just going to be a troublesome round for Cloud9 in general. As long as Envy times the smokes this time properly, Stewie should get blocked off. It looks like they just want to straight up challenge it. That would be a bad idea. They think better of the idea.
Flashes are in. Tarek alone on the site. Great team flash, but he just could not find the kills. And XMS and Scream picking up a little bit. Rush comes in with a big spray down, but it's still a 2-on-2. 20 seconds left now. The bomb is in that corner being planted for the checkered, so we'll see if they can make this one work. They at least got the bomb plant down, Envy, and that's a big start. And XMS has managed to fall all the way back, so they actually have the setup to make this work. Now they just need to find that next big fight. Great grenade onto Sixer, and a little bit of spray comes through, but nobody showing themselves. Skadoodle so far just wasting time. One flashbang in, follow up, he's trying to go for it, he's going to get shut down by Sixer, and that leaves automatic 1 versus 2, and he's trying to get in through this choke, and it's just not easy at all. He knows those two angles are going to be almost impossible. He gets a shot on Sixer, but going to pick up the AWP and make a run for it. So Envy, big round coming in from them here, and you feel so bad for Tarek because everybody's flashed, but they're so far spread out that he can't really realistically sort of spray down the whole team.
Yeah, and I think he switched targets maybe a bit too early. I mean, like you said, he had everyone blind. If that's a little bit more measured, maybe he gets 2 kills. Tough fight to take and get those kills quickly before the flashbang subsides, though. And obviously, Stewie's jumping through the smoke to try and support him, so he gets dropped as well. There's no real coming back from that kind of a play. Really good job from Envy, and then obviously Sixer all on his own inside the bomb site, not getting too antsy, not peeking out for information when Skadoodle zoned in on his position. 4 spy here from Cloud9 behind the op that they saved. Automatic's got the M4 as well, but it's 2 UMPs and a scout. This is where they want to get aggressive. 2 players pushed outside the B bomb site, but if they push further than this, Sixer would love that.
Yeah, you see the firing lines there, just almost intersecting, so Sixer absolute patience right now. Does get a bit of a jump there, maybe could have got the flick, but Skadoodle has now pushed his way past. Is he going to be able to hold this position? That's a big question. He easily takes down RPK. Bit of an overextension, and Stewie's falling back now. Does Sixer know which of the players that actually fell back?
That's kind of cool, isn't it? I think RPK was caught off guard that it's the op that pushed up as well into Sunroom. He wanted to go challenge that, but this is actually a very clever play from Cloud9 because now Envy has to make a decision. Do they go back towards the B bomb site and try and flush Skadoodle out and risk losing more players?
Oh, did he see the barrel? I'm wondering if he did, because that was very close for Skadoodle. He's going to go for it here. Misses the shot. There's no backup at all, so he has to get at least one full shot here, and he's just going to get run down. XMS, he might have seen the gun barrel. That'd be very interesting to see the replay there. 4-on-4. Stewie's on the site, and a really fantastic grenade right on. Again, a flashbang in from a teammate all the way down from CT spawn. Stewie picking up 1 kill with the UMP. Tarek there with the scout to take down Sixer, and Stewie finally goes down, but it might have been too late. Happy's on 10 health, and he's in the middle of the site. Can't really do anything at all. What an incredibly frustrating round for Envy. That's got to be really just gut-wrenching.
That really is. And again, it's the fact that Skadoodle is so pushed out towards Sunroom. Even though he dies without getting a second kill, there's 30 seconds left, and he knows exactly what's happening, and he takes that fight so far from the bomb site. Stewie's able to rotate in time. The next player rotating over finds time to throw those flashbangs for Stewie just to get 1 kill, just to delay a little bit longer, to hold them back as much as possible. Really, really well done from Cloud9. Defense in a tough spot, and now Envy. They were able to string 2 together, but couldn't build up a whole lot of money. They've got a bunch of pistols, 4 of them. That's actually a good opening kill from RPK, and Scream, that's actually backfired on Cloud9.
Yes, it has, and they're going to try and run down the AWP, but Skadoodle still picks it up on Sixer. Flashbang is in, and Stewie's helped out, so otherwise Skadoodle could have easily been run down. Scream will hit more headshots. It's just what he does, but he's still going to be alone. 1 versus 2 on the bomb site. So much on the line here. Cloud9, their economy is not looking good. They must hold on to this. Scream trying to tap away. Puts out the bomb a little bit. Wants to get the plant down, and he's right on the edge. Barely able to get that done. But now they're flanking around, and he's in so much trouble. Great work between Tarek and Stewie, not really allowing him any space there.
That was quite nice, especially because Scream's on point right now. We've seen Scream hit some really, really nice shots. He's at 11 and 9. He's doing a good job opening things up. Tarek leading the way for Cloud9, 13 and 5 on the CT side.
And I'm hearing yelling between the teams now.
I love it.
Yeah, that's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
It's one of the really sort of lost relics of Counter-Strike, people yelling at each other on LAN. Every once in a while we get it back, but not nearly enough.
It's usually at the smaller LANs, isn't it?
Yeah, which is, you know, something, I don't know, I miss it. I think it's good, it's good. A little bit of banter every once in a while. It's never hurt anyone.
Healthy dose of banter. Well, this time Envy. Looks like they want to line up a pretty standard A execute here. Automatic's going to be over in the corner by the fence. Rush at the barrels at the top highway. Skadoodle on highway as well with that AWP. Molotov out so that no one can wrap on automatic from the door, but he's got to be careful with his nade usage as they have come out. There's the pop flash. He turns from it perfectly. He lines him up through the smoke, and he gets a triple kill. Hasn't seen RPK because of the timing, but he can go for the ace. RPK shuts him down. 4 kills for automatic, and RPK no chance of planting the bomb quite yet.
That worked out maybe better than even automatic could have expected here. RPK tapping while flashed, and now he's in a lot of trouble. He does not even have the bomb picked up currently, so I don't know how you fight your way out of this. They're right on top of him, and he's going to go down to rush another round here for Cloud9, making it 9-4. Getting towards the end of this first half right now, and again, the frags are just, it's so unconvincing when you look at the scoreboard for Envy. RPK and, well, yeah, RPK and Scream doing a good job, but the rest are just not there.
Yeah, it's been tough. They haven't really had a whole lot of, I mean, outside of the Scream's pickoffs, you know, they don't really have a lot of options, and they're not really employing like kind of a pick style of play, to be entirely fair as well. This has been a lot of, you know, slow-paced defaults into some kind of an execute onto a bomb site. But still, you need someone to be creating opportunities. You see a lot of teams who like to, I mentioned it earlier, there hasn't been a whole lot of pressure put onto this B bomb site for the amount of times that we've seen RPK Scream over here. They haven't really aggressed on the site at all outside of just a straight up hit.
Trying to keep an eye out here, and in case anyone was going to try and make a jump, then RPK would be close to the corner, able to pick them off. I mean, trying to stay creative here on the Envy side. Google is holding that corner from the checkered room with the AWP, and that's going to allow Stewie to fall back. So they've got a pretty good setup right now. See if it's going to pay off or not. It seems like Envy are just trying to bait them out, and XMS comes in with a really big headshot to take down automatic.
Oh,
another one to follow it up, going for the triple. Been silent for almost the entirety of this match, but that is an incredible round.
Yeah, here he is. He's alive. Great shots from XMS, and now Stewie's gonna learn his way in. He can find that kill. XMS not ready for it. Now he can hold on even more. He's over at Forklift. This would have to be a very difficult hold for Stewie. Coming out of the smoke, his home, he gets one, he transfers over. It's not gonna work, but Skadoodle has arrived as well. There is a player on highway. Happy hasn't peeked. If he does, it's a free kill. Skadoodle get that first shot. There's the peek from Happy. Oh, the adjustment! Skadoodle turns it into a one-on-one. He's able to turn it around. 9 HP. And Happy misses that kill and puts RPK into such a tough spot. And this is patience. The time is low. 7 seconds, 5 seconds. Searching for the kill, and Skadoodle just hiding. Here's the footsteps, and he's trying to buy the time, and he does it! Skadoodle, that is an incredible performance and another botched opportunity for Envyus.
Just enjoy this moment, ladies and gentlemen. Just take a look at this following shot. There's almost no way you should be able to survive it. 9 health. And then hiding behind the forklift, looking down into the ground. If you're a new viewer and you're wondering, why is he looking down into the ground? Surely he's got no chance at all. But it makes your model sort of turn his head down a little bit, and it makes you just a couple of pixels lower. It makes all the difference in the world. And
prevents your barrel from being seen as well.
Yeah.
It's a whole host of things that Skadoodle just does to outplay Envy in a big, big way.
Wow. Well, I mean, if you waited all day, and it's been a pretty long day of Counter-Strike, especially for those watching from the European region or even beyond that, it's been worth it. That was just incredible to watch. The kind of Skadoodle that we want to see every single game. Envy obviously reeling a little bit from that one. Skadoodle 12 kills, Tarek and Automatic slightly ahead, but yeah, just overall great performance. Now let's see what they can do here. Envy, at least they have some rifles for the end of it, which is always good news.
Yeah, but they've probably got no morale after that kind of a round. There's no energy, no emotion in the room. Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to explain the silence of a sort of a dead TeamSpeak channel. Everyone knows what's happening, and it's not good.
Skidoodle's looking like he's about to get more action thrown at him this time to start the round off. He doesn't do any damage. There are 2 to 3 players boosted up, and they're going to swing over. That's RPK, XMS, and Happy even, and now Skidoodle just falls all the way back towards the A site. Gets a new angle. If they continue forward, he's still got an advantage here.
Yes, he does. Seems like they're going to try and boost up, but he's absolutely ready for it. Try and take that kill. And XMS, no chance this time, and very fluent movement here. Trying to reposition himself just to get the little jump over. Seems like Envy have had enough of Skidoodle and want to try and see if they can move away to the other side. Six trying to get into the vent, and RPK and Happy are on that side too. So Tarek and Stewie, I think, are going to be the main line of defense here. Good spray, actually. Skidoodle still alive.
Skidoodle just can't die. This is perfect from Tarek. There's a flashbang. He's going to find essentially line up for him at the end. A triple kill to hold it off in Cloud9. They're in a 4-on-1 in the last round of this first half. They're going to have a big lead moving forward. It's going to be 11-4 as Rush closes things out. The highlight, very obviously, Skidoodle's miraculous 1 versus 3.
Yeah, and obviously the timing here is so good. Tarek just crouching in to get a nice triple lineup. So overall, I would say a fantastic first half here of Cloud9. 11-4. It's going to be very hard for Envy to come back. They must obviously win the pistol round, but even beyond that, that's such a long road to run.
It really is, especially on a map, by the way, that Cloud9, you're going to see a very different T-half, I would imagine, out of Cloud9 than we did out of Envy. I think it's going to be far more aggressive, especially if they're able to win that pistol round and have, you know, the confidence of having such a big lead and all the money.
Speaking of pistol rounds, Moses, you guys can't quite see yet. We have 2 Molotovs picked up on Cloud9, so what does that mean?
I imagine that would be... I mean, actually, you can do it at either one of the bomb sites. I was going to say it would be over towards the B bomb site to Molotov out that entire site, essentially, and force the USPs out into the open and do a swarm of Glocks. But there's also places. There's also places towards A you could throw the Molotovs.
Here's the problem for me with doing it on the A bomb site. Is obviously that you have 1 smoke, which you'd probably use for forklift on A, and you can throw as many Molotovs as you want on the A bomb site, but there's still sort of a coin flip that you just get picked off with the USP anyway. Like I think the B bomb site might be preferable, in my opinion.
Yeah, the other idea might be if you go over towards the A bomb site, use it to protect the bomb for the prevent the defuse.
Skidoodle currently setting up for a flashbang towards middle. He's going to flash all the way over that mid roof, and then they're going to try and see if they can run close. This is dangerous. 6 are hitting absolutely miraculous headshots, taking down Russian Automatic. What a brilliant way to get started here for Envy. Scream, nothing but headshots out of him in this round as well, taking a quick kill on Tarek, and now they're just simply running out of players. 6 are coming up with the triple before he finally goes down, and now it's all on Stewie. 1 versus 3, trapped in the bomb site, no bomb plant either, and they're just getting close to him. He's completely locked out of this one, and eventually he goes down. Envy picking that one up. 6 are doing almost all the work.
I have one kind of problem with that tactic, and maybe I missed something on the mini-map. I'm wondering where the utility was all used.
It wasn't.
Yeah, the smoke, like both of the Molotovs aren't used. The smoke isn't used from Tarek, so you make that attack with just 1 flashbang, but you've invested another $1,000 in utility that didn't do anything. Yeah,
it was like, you can imagine that that plan had sort of a lot of bullet points later on down that would sort of, you know, and then you just never got past the first one, so it's like, all right.
So, yeah. That's great for Envy. They get off on the right foot, at least in the second half, if they want to make the comeback happen. With such a big lead, there's not a whole lot of investment out of Cloud9, but actually I think we're going to get a restart into this round.
I was about to say, what's happening, but you might be right.
Yeah.
Envy as well, jumping around in CT spawn, so should be all good here. But yeah, that is... I feel like we've been cheated out of this one, Moses, because now I'm curious as well. Was the plan to try and take the vents and smoke out, or sort of Molotov out back of checkered, and then once you get checkered control, you can maybe Molotov out the headshot position and then just crush the B bomb site? I mean, I would have loved to see the end of that strat.
I mean, here's the thing. Fair play, because even like though we didn't see the utility used, that strat likely is still effective if Sixter doesn't hit those incredible headshots in mid.
Yes.
Right? So it's like fair play. Like it is sometimes tough when someone makes those incredible kind of shots that no matter what strategy you're running, it just kind of gets shut down. But it still is just, you know, if you're going to invest that much, you want to at least make sure it's used in some regard to get you the opening, to get you into the bomb sites.
Maybe another time, if we see them play cash again throughout the tournament, maybe they can sneak it in somewhere.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for the reset, and then we should be good to go. Obviously, you see the admin team is on it, trying to help out Happy, I believe.
He's had a bit of a tough game, hasn't he?
Yes. Or maybe it isn't Happy at all. Maybe it's
XMS, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I mean, XMS has started to bring it back. Happy, you're right. And, I mean, if you sort of look at how Happy was playing at the height of his career, when he was the king of French Counter-Strike and, you know, he had all of his minions, all of his, you know, chess pieces that he was moving around, and he would he would really dominate parts of the game. Definitely not what we're seeing right now.
Definitely when they won the major, he was kind of that star player on this team. Very impressive stuff. Either way, while this tech issue gets fixed, we're going to head off to a break. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back when the issues are solved.
Make a bit of noise.
Yeah, he's breaking the vents, probing into the bomb site, but he's not going to commit too much to this.
He just needs to keep a couple of people here, maybe draw somebody else over. He's made a lot of noise already, but now the real hit is going to be coming for the A-bomb side. And they've already used a couple of grenades to try and get past, so that much has been done. Now, when the bomb goes down, this is sort of par for the course right now for Cloud9. The retake portion of this is what's going to be really interesting. RPK is lurking in middle, and that's a really great position for him to be in if Cloud9 try and go for this retake. They got 3 men on the highway, and RPK is moving closer. He's trying to get that flank in, but they're already past the corner, pushing up, getting close. RPK with the 1 kill. XMS goes down, and RPK picking up 1 more with the Glock before he's finally gone there. So Automatic and Stewie coming in that great combo for a couple of kills, and they're on the defuse already, and they've got the kit. Stewie picking up 1 more headshot. Sixer out of time and shot in the face, and that retake was just beautiful for Cloud9.
It was really nice, and it just felt like there wasn't enough bodies actually inside the bomb site for Envy. There were a couple players back towards Forklift, towards the door, towards, you know, A main, and the fact that Cloud9's able to get into that site is just too hard, because then essentially you have to re-attack it as Envy. Really nice job on the retake. Really good mindfulness of the flank as well. That was a cool camera shot through the barbed wire.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I was kind of shocked, because I thought as soon as RPK starts to pick up those kills on highway, that could sort of crumble that retake a lot for Cloud9, right? It shifts your focus, and they just kept it cool anyway. So, you know, congratulations to them.
It helps that they're able to eliminate the defenders on Envy inside the bomb site so quickly, because then they don't have, you know, that angle of attack to worry about. Envy's going to invest in some pistols, no smokes or flashbangs, so we're probably going to see a 3rd round buy. Scream and RPK with the Deagles. Bonus money helping him out. A couple players boosted up. I think it's the Glock leading the way for Scream. You can kind of sacrifice that to let him know the positioning of your opponents. And Skadoodle is playing at the highway box.
Still not getting many targets for these 2 Deagles here, which is going to be a little bit annoying. Skadoodle just trying to play it safe in the middle. He's got Rush that can turn around right behind him there, as we can tell. So they should be able to still have a pretty good defense. Now, they have given up a lot of this mid control. See how this plays out. Scream, obviously known for the headshots. That is pretty much his entire brand. So got to be a little bit worried if you're on the other team, and he's looking for it, trying to get that flick in. So just Cloud9 pushing back, waiting, trying to see if they can absorb the attack here, and Tarek doing a good job picking it off. And that's pretty much the end of it.
Yeah, so much damage is dealt. The Scream and Sixer, they're just going to get mowed down. And yeah, that is the end of it. The bomb is even dropped in vents. No casualties for Cloud9. 2-0. And here's where the AKs will come out.
Very good job. I mean, just keeping it cool. Yeah. Even if Envy are really playing the slow style, which sometimes could make, I think, even sort of experienced players overreact a bit, you know? Get bored waiting.
In there, they go.
Envy doesn't have the deepest in the scene, so I mean, I guess at some point you have to take a risk.
It felt like he was really, you know, kind of just on his in
The other guys were and doing all that sort of stuff.
Heroic are absolutely SK.
Sketch up.
Very reasonable thing to say.
There is something going on in this team at the moment where they're just not feeling comfortable together.
Oh my god, Fletcher is swimming in the
arrogant in the face.
For the interview, I you a little bit, and you said, oh, it went even better than you had expected.
We were really well, so yeah, I'm just happy with how it went, really.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are just sorting out the last technical issues, and hopefully we'll be good to go just about any second here with the game resumed. Cloud9 and Envy, and I mean, this first half was very interesting indeed. How do you feel about all of it? Cloud9 are obviously having a pretty big lead at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel good if you're looking for a Cloud9 victory here, up 11-5, and not just that, the style of it. You have to say that was a very dominant first half from them. Good decision making all around. Second half started a bit rocky. The pistol round was as questionable as you like, but regardless, we can forget about that one quickly. We are seeing a pretty big investment from C9 in the second round. Only Skadoodle's saving. Nope. As I say that, he buys armor. He ruins it all, hasn't he?
He really has. I mean, map like this one, you can get something out of these pistols. I feel like, even if you obviously were hoping to close this one out right away. Envy manages to turn around. I mean, the big update that we had in that pistol round was Sixer with the triple kill, sort of making Envy still a viable contender in this match. Now it looks like we're going to have a crunch on the A-bomb side, and RPK might get overrun here. This is a little bit scary. Does pick up a great double kill, and continuing with the pistol, just mowing them down. That's a triple. That's going to be almost over here. Rush doing his best to do some damage, but ultimately, yeah, RPK just staying alive long enough to make this work. And
there was about a half second where he was about to just get overrun, but a very timely flashbang from his teammate is what really allowed him to survive long enough to recover, to adjust, and get these kills. This one right here, Stewie's about to turn that corner, and when you turn that corner with a CZ, even against an MP9, it feels like the CZ just has the killing power that's necessary, has the advantage in that kind of a fight. So very, very close. Cloud9 still up 11-6. It's going to be just Glocks for them.
Which is great news for Envy. That's going to give them a tiny bit of breathing room here. You always want that if you've been this far down, you know, just establish that second half and get it up and running properly. I'm not sure we're going to see the same level of sort of AWPing coming out here from Envy. I feel like Skadoodle hit a really high level, but it would be interesting to see if they can have some defensive sniping going on for the Envy side. I'd like to see that. Right now, not really exposing very much at all. Why would they?
Yeah, no reason to whatsoever. Pop flash for some kind of information over towards the B-bomb site. It is funny to see Cloud9 play this so passively and far back with just the Glocks, though.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point here, boys?
Maybe just talking it through, deciding what to do in the upcoming round.
Yeah.
Ultimately, if you want to make it a difference, I mean, you could say try and avoid XMS with the one MP9. Just don't give him the SMG bonus, yeah.
This is interesting. RPK used to be the anchor towards the B-bomb side. The switch made if you go over towards A.
Maybe we'll see it swap around a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has been doing that in the past, you're right. 11-7, and now the AKs are being picked up. The first test here for Envy to try and make the comeback. They're already well on their way.
They have a good opportunity here. I mean, this was a dominant half for Cloud9 to open things up, but they've gotten themselves as good a start as you possibly can. They've really minimized the amount of deaths they've taken. There's lost 2 players in the second and third round. They've got a lot of money built up already, so they can sustain a loss and still buy into the next one and not get reset or broken early on by the economy game. Stewie and Automatic and A-Main just staring into the wall for a flashbang play. RPK is going to be at the forklift. Happy's going to be at top of highway. So is Sixer. And so is Scream. So there's actually no one in the A-bomb site itself.
Bit of a scary flashbang there. They're already out trying to run down RPK, and they're going to be successful. That's a big opening for Automatic. And Stewie to follow it up, taking down Sixer, and Happy's just going to be wondering, how can I even stay alive in this position? As soon as they know where he is, he's going to be in so much trouble, and he's going to fall back onto the highway instead. The bomb will go down, and that's it. Envy going to pack up all of their equipment and try and make a run for it. So Wow.
That's a very weak defense, though, to be fair. Cloud9, instead of trying to go into the bomb site, they actually attack red. That left side of red just behind the forklift, and they do it very, very well. But you have no one in the bomb site to create a crossfire. Happy is there with his teammates, but he's essentially useless. And it's not, you know, necessarily his fault, just by positioning and by the attack that's made. He can't get involved whatsoever.
Part of me really wants to know if RPK was flashed from the grenade that Happy threw. Because there was a really awkward moment where RPK was sort of trying to fall back into the A bomb site, but he got flashed, and then by the time that he recovered his vision, they were already at the forklift and shooting at him. So I'd love to see a replay of that actually at some point, just to see exactly what happened. Because if that was a friendly grenade, then that's definitely a bit of an issue. 12-7.
I think if Envy doesn't play a player inside that A bomb site, they're going to have to switch that up. I mean, just personally, on like a theoretical level, I love those crossfires in the A bomb site. So many different options, but as well, you have 2 players on highway. You have 1 player at forklift. You don't need that many players in that one position, especially because if there's no one shooting at the attackers from A, from the actual bomb site, there's no reason for them to be split. Look at the aggression over towards A now, though. Envy has 4 players here. They're going to push right in. That's RPK. And there's a second kill for him as well. He's brought down low, but Scream just straight up rushes as fast as he possibly can. He's shut down Rush, and he's going to get another one. Automatic goes down, and still no one has fallen. And Stewie's feeling lonely. Timing almost doesn't work in his favor.
I mean, they are playing on the CT side still. They're supposed to be defending, but that was an unbelievably aggressive round coming out of them, and Cloud9 is going to be shaking their heads thinking, what? You know?
Did Envy just call an A-rush?
Yeah, apparently they did. 12-8, 4-round difference. Well, that's going to shake everything up. They can still buy on the Cloud9 side if they want, and they will indeed. But I quite like that. That's showing some real soul here.
Especially because it didn't seem like there was a real pop flash in A made. I was just like RPK saying, like, I'm just going to take this fight, and I'm going to win it. And then he wins the second one as well. It is pretty shocking how far Scream was aggressively pushed up.
Tickling him a little bit. Sixer there through the wall. Not really doing a lot of damage. Just a bit annoying, really. You were sort of complaining about the actual player on the site, and I mean, RPK is kind of there, but
he's literally on the site.
Yeah. Finally, Flashbang going to come in and try and force him back. There's Happy with a similar Flashbang as last time. RPK still goes down. Similar strat, but this time Happy's going to pick up 2 big kills with that AK-47, and they're going to be shut down. Scream with a headshot on Tarek, leaving Skadoodle and Stewie barely alive.
Oh, Stewie's in the worst possible spot for this HP. Although Forklift is no better. Molotov, he's got to be very worried about those flames. They don't spread. And they almost do, down to 3 HP. Skadoodle is alone inside the bomb site, and Stewie is just very superficially alive. There's a kill from Skadoodle. Got to get back into cover, but it's not going to happen.
Stewie 1 bullet away from death, and it's going to be at the hands of Sixer. So really good recovery, back into it. Happy obviously doing a lot of work from up there, whereas last time he was made almost irrelevant. But it's going to be, RPK's going to start to really worry about that quick push towards Fork.
Yes, and you'd imagine a player of RPK's experience and caliber to be able to adjust to that pretty quickly. And here's the one susceptible part to it. Cloud9 makes that strategy. It gets some opening kills, but you're still don't have an easy path into that A bomb site from there. You still got to cross over, so they've got to be worried about that. Plant goes down and good damage done, but Cloud9's going to sit this round out. It's back onto just the pistols. Money still reasonably healthy for the Envy side, especially if they don't take too many losses in this round.
Desperate plays coming out of Tarek, pretending to be playing matchmaking, getting it shot through the wall. Not really working out. Sixer will be doing just fine with the AWP, which is one of the things at least we were looking for here on the CT side for Envy. That defensive AWPing has to work out, and even though he's just playing as pistols, it's still nice to see it stay alive, be carried in from round to round, and even just 1 kill a round is just fine.
Tell you what, though, the gap, the score has closed up quite quickly. I could be feeling some shock from that. It's going to be 12-10 after this round. And all of a sudden, we've got a game on our hands. It once was a very one-sided affair. Nice shot from XMS inside the B bomb site. They're all blind, and they all have nowhere to go. Scream and Happy going to finish things off with 2 headshots themselves. So defenses are reigning supreme so far on Cash.
So what do you do now if you're Cloud9, Moses? Give me some of that ancient CPL knowledge? You know, what's the deep strat here? I mean, this is one of the big teams to beat right now if you're Cloud9. You know that if you can take down Envy in your first match, it might get easier from there.
Yeah, unless you drop phase. You know, where they haven't really tested whatsoever is mid. They haven't really gone mid. This has been a lot of plays towards that A-bomb. So we've seen that tactic ran to some degree about 3 different times. I think you go back towards mid and you challenge it, or attempted to ran. I think one of the times they tried was that push into A main. Envy may be thinking along the same lines as I am, because they've actually doubled up Scream and RPK and a crossfire in mid. Can be busted with Molotovs. It's only Tarek here for the moment.
Yeah, not easy for them to back each other up. I mean, if RPK finds himself in trouble, how is Scream going to help him out without exposing himself an enormous amount? And there's a little bit of damage in. RPK waiting for it. Good smoke from Scream. He's really fast on that one. And the follow-up grenade, trying to help his teammate out. And at least they're going to try and make their way back. RPK still hiding in the corner. Maybe should try and escape this situation as well. Slowly but steadily, they're going to try and fall back towards the highway, so that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, and this is going to be mid-control, and you can see how nerve-wracking it is to have to run all that open ground where Automatic could have peeked to punish RPK. That's a really tough fight. Skadoodle there gets the pick onto Scream. That was into A main, going for some kind of pop flash info play, and he gets shut down. Now Stewie here's XMS. That's an easy win. I think XMS got the call that there was more bodies going towards A because there was no care in the world to check any corners on that flank.
Even if you wanted to flank out of B towards middle, I feel like running is absolute madness. Rush is going to be taking down RPK. It's still a 2-on-4-5 right now, in fact. And Envy getting picked apart in this round. I would love to hear the round call for that round for Envy. I'd be very interested in exactly what was said on the TeamSpeak there. Automatic does get the kill on Sixer, and he's going to turn around for the one on Happy, so nobody goes down here for the American side, and it will be another round, making it 13-10.
You can see how tough it is for defenses once the opposing team has mid-control and maybe just one kill. Like, once the defense starts getting spread thin, it was really cool, because that round by Cloud9 is kind of one between Stewie and Rush on the extremities of the map. Stewie over towards the B bomb site, takes the peek in towards B, sees Happy, takes some shots at him, but doesn't commit to the fight, doesn't fall. That forces some rotations out of the A bomb site to try and kind of get in different positions in case they needed to rotate all the way to B. And that's when Rush pounces in the door to get that one more kill over towards the A site. So they're kind of peeling and pulling Envy in 2 different locations. And it helps them find a very, very easy, simple kill.
Similar setup here for Envy. Still with RPK and Scream in the middle. XMS and Happy on the other side. Are they going to boost anyone into the vents, I wonder? Seems like not at the moment, so Sixer is very much alone, though, and that's something to worry about. He does have the AWP, but last time RPK was up on that container, he just got flashed before he could do anything.
I've seen DDK play that spot, and it is always, always rough.
Stando, he plays with an inverted mouse, Moses.
Oh, God bless it all.
You can't really trust that.
Well, Tarek's still holding for RPK. They did see this exact setup last time, as you mentioned. This time RPK doesn't shift out. They're going to go for a pop flash through. There's the flash instead. It's RPK. Oh, Tarek's going to run right by him, and there's going to be the easy kill. Goes for the follow-up. It's Rush coming from above that gets it. Flashbang towards highway. There's a smoke at top highway, and they can actually just run right through it.
That's very awkward indeed. No one can see a thing in the middle, but it works out for Tarek, even if he only survives on 6 health. Now, XMS has to stay alive here, and I mean, he's trapped in the corner. They're going to come in from every angle. It's Tarek to open up. Happy, trying to get him with a surprise, and he's going to get a great double spray down, but he's still stuck in the corner, and eventually he's going to get dropped. Stewie to close out the round, bringing it one step closer here, but that's not the really big problem. It's not the 14-10 scoreline, it's the money for Envy that has started to evaporate. They are just not having a good time.
This is a really tough call if they want to buy here or not, obviously, because, I mean, you want to invest. You don't want to let Cloud9 get up towards 15 and force yourself to win 5 in a row, but you only have decent money on 2 players, so it would be a very, very shoddy buy to try and prevent that from getting there. It's going to be a tough call for them. Cloud9, ever since they've gone to this mid-control, it's worked out pretty nicely. They've been able to bust up RPK and Scream a couple of times, at least force them back one round. That time, able to straight up eliminate both of them.
Very frustrating. I mean, we were talking about XMS not being boosted into the vent, but I actually think Cloud9 Molotov the vent before they went for the mid sort of grenades anyway. So even if someone had been there, they probably would have been no use. So
I mean, I think there's an element of unfortunate timing in that previous round for Envy, because it looked like RPK wanted to get close to that smoke to start making a play. Like maybe Scream was going to drop a flash in it and have RPK be the one to push. But just the timing of it was right when Cloud9 was calling theirs, and they were maybe a half second ahead. So RPK just eats a flash full blown. That's tough. Well, they do go for the investment. It's an AWP on Happy. Glass cannon, no armor, and here comes a hit towards that A bomb site. Again, no defender actually in the bomb site. Happy's going to be on highway. He's going to tag up Rush. RPK, the FAMAS just isn't getting the job done. Happy from above going to try and pick one or two off. And Sixer has actually made his way into the site, but Happy's pinned down. They haven't even entered the site. They haven't even attacked it, and they've got 2 kills.
good headshot in return from Scream, but that AWP effort from Happy was definitely not very convincing. Very low health on Automatic and Tarek, so even if it's a 2-on-4, this can kind of be done. Sixer closing the door right in the face of Rush, and he's not going to take kindly to that. Now Scream on the wrong side of the map, and the other 4, surely they're going to realize there's no defense here any longer, so map and match point here for Cloud9 as they put the bomb down. Scream hoping to save this M4.
Automatic's on the hunt though, right around the corner. There's the kill. Immediate, no weapons for Envy. That's the economy obliterated. It's a 3-round losing bonus that they have to toy with, and it's not going to give them much. 15-10, Cloud9 stumped a little bit in the early stages of this second half, but they seem to have figured it out.
26th round coming up. This is working out very nicely for Cloud9. Strong start for them in the first half. They did a fantastic job. And Envy, credit to them. They won the pistol round. They started to pull it back, and it was looking really great. But you're right. The adjustments for Cloud9 have just been superior. And now it's just a... I think the primary problem now is the equipment difference. How do you make up for this?
Especially if Cloud9 does something like that previous round. They hit the A bomb site and just are so patient and use the range. That was really cool to watch. They could do something similar here, but they've already going to take mid-control very early on. Tarek checks beneath them. They know there's players far back towards the highway box. And Envy just knows they can't take this fight. Not with CZs against the AK. XMS has the only deagle over towards the B bomb site. And there is at least a main control. That's Scream who's going to slowly push up in that direction.
Yeah, I think you have to try and do something like this. It's very hard to know if it's going to work out, because a bit of a coin flip once you make your way out of that stairwell, but you've got to try something, and it might have been just a little bit too late. It looks like the crunch is going to be coming into the B-bomb side. XMS is on it with a deagle in hand. A lot of grenades now raining in, forcing him back into the corner. The Molotov at his feet. 50 seconds left, and they're trying to see if they can make the wrap around. Scream is right behind them now. Happy with the 1 kill on Rush. Maybe this can actually work out where Scream, he's got to be put into play, and there's the kill on Automatic. XMS to follow it up, and 6 are coming into it. It's all on Skadoodle, and he's simply out of teammates. 1 versus 3 here. Does pick up the AK-47 instead and goes for the spray. Almost taking down Sixer, taking down XMS. There's a follow-up. What is happening?
Skadoodle underrated for his ability to clutch these rounds. We saw a magnificent one earlier, a 1-on-3. This would be a 1-on-4. Does he have any of that farm boy strength left? Molotov goes down. Time is running low. 5 seconds left on the clock. He's got to stick this. Envy's going to swing out. They're going to drop down. It's low HP. First up, there's the kill, but he's not ready for RPK. Same spot, and he's got it. 15-11. Envy's just barely hanging on.
Yeah, he was so sure that that was going to be a second player coming from headshot instead. I mean, that does make a lot of sense, but not this time. Envy holding on barely, and ultimately Scream coming with that big flank. That was obviously huge.
That was very, very big, and it was good that he kept going with that flank and didn't just stop with the information and map control. You need more than that at that stage. The good thing is that can't be overstated is how important it is. Skadoodle takes that 1v4 and turns it into a 1v1. They're only able to salvage 1 AWP, and because of that, they have 2 FAMAs. They have an MP9. They don't have any AKs. They don't have any M4s. Sixer doesn't have all the utility, so those kills are actually massively important.
Quick boost up into the middle again. Cloud9 want that mid control, and a lot of trouble for Sixer hiding in that corner. B goes down, 6 up just might be next in line. I think the smoke saved him from the Molotov there, otherwise he would have been dead already. He makes it back alive somehow.
I'm wondering what happened. He got caught out in the open. They weren't expecting that fast of a boost, I guess, but you have to assume that's going to come out just in that kind of a situation. So a mistake there, and Sixers brought so low. And with an AWP, with the ability to control portions of the map, it's not ideal to just be one bullet away from death. Mid control again for Cloud9. Envy hasn't been able to stop this kind of play ever since it began.
Looks like they want to try and be aggressive. Bit scary again when you have this low health. Harry going to be Molotoving out that far corner in the checkered room. XMS did a pretty good job here last time staying alive and applying some pressure, but this time he's going to have to do an even better job. Scream on the high ground, taking down Stewie, but Tariq with the instant reply. Still a 3 versus 4 here, and this one just might be for the map. They're a man down, Sixer is low on health. The bomb is going to be planted. How can they stop this? Skadoodle gets it down in the corner. This is going to be almost impossible.
It should be impossible with these positions. We'll see. There's the upshot from Skadoodle. Takes out Scream from above, and yeah, that Molotov seals it. So does the kill from Automatic. RPK left alone in a 1v4. He does have a smoke, a flashbang, and a kit. The question is, can he even make it to the bomb? Spamming for his location in the choke point, and there it is. Skadoodle's going to close it down. He ends 20 and 14. Tariq and Automatic both at 21 kills. A team effort out of Cloud9, as Stewie also has 20 kills. So pretty much identical scorelines for 4 players. That is an impressive game, and Cloud9 do end up closing it out.
Yeah, really well played. I definitely